This picture is already saying what we're talking about today, the Alcatel One Touch Scribe HD. This is out of the box how it's coming, including this pencil, the stylus, but there's no slot where you can insert it, so it's just additional for you. And it has no additional features like on the Samsung Galaxy Note, for example, like hover mode or something. It's just like your fingertip with that rubber tip over here, but that's all. And this one, there's this flap to protect the touchscreen over here is on the back with a magnet kind of style over here, so you can flip it off or rip it off totally. And this all is including the normal shipping box set for, and here we go, 280 euros without any contract. And this is a device with 5-inch IPS touchscreen. That's something you don't see every day, so this is worth, I guess, a second look. So let's talk a little bit about the One Touch Scribe HD. Size is 75 by 145 millimeters, and thickness is in most cases 8.5 millimeters. Just around that lens on the back side over here we have 11.3 millimeters, and the weight from officially it's 135 grams. I measured 137, so let's not talk about that. It's resting good in your palm, it's great and it's solid, and you can wind it like this over here. Everything is great. And as you can see already, and let me go a little bit closer, you can handle it totally in landscape format, including the home screens, including the app launcher, the menu, everything in landscape format. And I guess this is the most native way you can use a handset, especially the big ones like this, because we're looking in landscape format, our eyes in landscape format, and everything like browser sites is landscape format. So this is the most native way, I guess, to use those smartphones. I should say every Android device should at least offer that possibility to do it totally in landscape mode. And the other thing I wanted to show is, of course, like here in the SMS, in the text messages, you can, of course, have this handwriting recognition. And as you can see, it's working all over the device, including those buttons here on the side. And this is how it looks like, the virtual keyboard on this. But let me go back to this one. That's something we know in the past. It's coming more often, but on the other hand, it's taking away some room from the original display content. Let's have a look, for example, here again at the browser. Wherever you go, you have that 7 millimeters down here that's going away from your content. So this is a little bit smaller than it's on the paper. On the paper, we're talking about 62 by 110 millimeters. So we come into diagonal of 4.98 inch. Round about 5 inch. But if we take away this 6%, we're just talking about 4.74 inches. So let's call it 4.7 inch. That's the net size, especially because on this Alcatel One Touch Scribe HD, let me go, gallery, that's what I wanted to show you. Look at this one. Oh, this is not a good one because it's dark. Okay, here it's better to be seen. As you can see, this black row is not blending or fading out like on other devices with these soft keys, but instead it's just black. It's without any sense. I don't know why. So normally if you're watching photos or videos, this is fading out and it's coming back again if you tap on the picture or the video. But in this case, it's not well programmed or whatever. I don't know. I don't find it very great. So we are talking about 4.7 inches. All right. Nevertheless, for the price of 280 euros, it's a great price feature set ratio, because the pixel size, the display size is 43% above the average. The pixel, the number of pixels is 77% above the average, and pixel density is even 26% above the average. So you're getting way more display and more pixels and more pixel density for the price in the relationship, you know what I mean? So, but on the other hand, you don't have LTE and NFC, but you have dual cell HSDPA at least, so you can come, if your provider is providing it, up to 42 megabit per second in download by getting data from 2 UMTS cells on the neighborhood. The camera has 8 megapixels, but video is only in 720p. I guess that's because of the, not the fastest processor on the world, let's call it like this. It's MediaTek MT6589 dual core with 1.2 gigahertz and 1 gigabyte RAM. So I guess it's not enough to have 1080p by 30 frames per second. So I think it's not the quickest processor. But on the other hand, we're talking about, again, 280 euros, IPS 5-inch or 4.7-inch, whatever, a display. That's great, and I can live with that. Just not for gamers maybe, but for just regular use. As you can see, scrolling and browsing and everything is quick enough. So I guess for most people that's quite enough. But here we go. There is a slightly problem. First of all, let me show you this feature set here. We know from Android you have this additional icon here, and then pops up this window where you can switch on Wi-Fi or whatever, GPS. GPS is not here, as I can see. Bluetooth we have here. Yeah, well, everything but GPS. Okay, that's no. It's no GPS, unfortunately. Okay, that's a minus again. But on the other hand, I wanted to go to the settings. You go over here, over this icon here, and I wanted to show you this one. First, at the info, we have Android 4.2.1. That's the first. And the other thing I wanted to show you is here in the, here we go, memory. All right, this is it. We're talking about 4 gigabyte memory, leaving 1.85. Okay, I have put on the device some photos, if you have seen. So out of the box it was 1.9 gigabyte. All right. Net memory size, internal memory is 1.9 gigabyte. All right. We have that slot for micro SD card over here. Yes. But by the way, I can't open it with my fingernails because the edge of the display is moving over here, so I can't open it. As you can see, I tried it several times, so even I scratched the surface here. I can't open it with my fingers, so I need some help with that. But if you have longer fingernails, that shouldn't be any problem. Here we have a micro SD slot for officially 32 gigabyte cards, so you can expand your memory. Okay. But on the other hand, as you might know, it's not possible since Android 4 to move apps to the SD card. And you have dates and contacts and messages and whatever too for the internal memory only. So you just can move photos, videos, Word documents, PDFs or whatever to the SD card, but no apps. So 1.9 gigabyte, that's around about 190 apps, kind of WhatsApp style. Or Angry Birds round about 50, depending on the version. It's 30 to 50 or whatever megabyte. So 50 games like Angry Birds, or I guess 10 big games with big graphics. So that's, and if you use this for dates and contacts and messages, so they're leaving just some, I guess, roundabout average 150 normal regular apps or 30 or 40 apps like Angry Birds, and that's not a lot. You were talking about you buying this phone even for 280 euros for 2 years at least. So is this really enough for you to have this 150 apps or some games? For gamers, not at all, but I wouldn't buy the thing, I have to say. And last thing I wanted to show you is this over here. I hope you can see this dual SIM slot. This one I can open, as you can see, because it's residing a little bit lower. So there's no problem at all. But on the other hand, you can see this. This is a little bit higher. So just I can't put this over here. This is a little bit lower. So no problem at all. And this is dual SIM slot, and this is something great. So as a working device, if you're just using it for a handful of apps and let's call it some PDFs or PowerPoint presentations, you can all push to the SD card. This is a great device for less money than usual. So for these people, I can recommend it because it's a great IPS display quality, but for regular people who want apps should be aware of that there's a very limited space for those apps. So think about before you're buying this device. I wouldn't do because I use apps a lot, but that's depending on your personal usage of this phone. So just wanted to tell you that you keep it in mind. All right, I hope this is enough for the first impression of the Alcatel One Touch Scribe HD. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you back soon.